We're back out on the bass buggy, and today we're talking some of my favorite secret tips that I use to get more quality bites when using a Texas rig. You won't want to miss this one. Stay tuned. Be sure to watch this video all the way to the end. I have a special announcement for a giveaway coming up in the first week of May to say thanks for the growth this channel has achieved. Remember to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and share this video on your social media. I can't say thank you enough. Alright, caught this dude on a worm, because of course I did, right? Golly, and he choked it too. Come on, you, not trying to... I need the, I might have to get the pliers. He choked it good. But that right there. Today on How to Speak Mississippi, we have the word jeet-chet. It's an inquiry, asking if you have acquired sustenance lately. Jeet-chet. No, Jew? You want to? Yeah. There you go. Today's How to Speak Mississippi. Now, on with the video. Welcome back to Lowbrow Fishing. And today, we're talking Texas rigs and some of the hacks and tricks that I use to increase the number of quality bites that I'm getting when I'm out on the water. And we all know that Texas rigs are a great way to fish, especially when you're looking to slow things down, whether the fish are lethargic or whether the water's extremely pressured. Texas rigs just get bites. They're a great and effective way to fish. A lot of guys don't want to fish them because of how slow you have to go, but sometimes that's the only way you can fish and get those bites. So let me show you some of my favorite tips and tricks that I use to increase not just the number of bites that I'm getting, but those good quality bites from those bigger fish. And first of all, what I really like to do is I like to paint that bullet weight. A lot of people will fish it weightless, and that's fine, but I usually use a 1/8 ounce or 1/4 ounce bullet weight. In my areas that I fish, in the weeded areas, the hydrilla areas, I find that I need this to come through it just a little bit better and to get a little bit better fall rate when I'm fishing that heavy vegetation or that thick slot. And I paint my bullet weights. I find that it is an effective way to draw attention to my bait without looking unrealistic, especially in clear water. Now, red seems to be the one that gets the most bites, especially in clear water. You'll find that those fish key in on it a lot more. I'm not sure the reason. Does it resemble blood? Does it look like a flash of the shad or bluegill's gill? I couldn't be sure. I don't speak fish. However, it is an effective way to increase the number of bites. And I find when I color my bullet weights that I'm getting better quality bites from bigger fish. It's easy to do. You can use just regular rattle can spray paint, but make sure it's completely dry before you put it in the water. Don't be putting paint in the water that's not dry. We're not trying to poison the fish. Or another way you can do it, just as easy, is just cheap nail polish. I find that having cheap nail polish in my tackle box goes a long way for allowing me to customize my baits and having them stand out. Now, the next thing that I like to do along those same lines is I will put glass beads between the bullet weight and the hook. And I can do the bobber stop here, slide that down, and I give myself maybe an inch, or you can even go less than that. But you can hear that it gives me a little bit of a click. And that is just a little bit of a subtle attractant. It's not super loud like the rattle on a crankbait or like a chatterbait running through the water. It's just a subtle sound. Whenever you're working that bait or whenever you're dragging that worm across the bottom, it gives you just a subtle click. And in stained water, that can be a very effective way to attract fish to your bait. It helps those fish key in on it. Even then, you'll see that I'm doing just a little bit of red here. Just a hint of red seems to go a long way towards attracting those fish. I've gotten to the point where I find that it's really effective, not in just getting more bites, but in getting larger bites, quality bites, those 2-pounders, 3-pounders, 4-pounders, those fish that we all want to catch on a consistent basis. Try putting glass beads up underneath your bullet weight just to get that little bit of click. I'm sure you'll like it. And lastly, and probably one of the most important things that I do when I'm using a Texas rig bait, is I make sure that the baits that I'm using, such as this stick bait, are unsalted. Now, I know that's an uncommon opinion. I know most people are going to go into shock when I say that, but I use completely unsalted Senkos and stick baits if I can get them. These are stick baits that I make. I make these myself. They have no salt in them. Why do I do that? Well, that tail, these will float, and that tail sticks up and wiggles a lot better. So whenever I'm just imparting just a little bit of action on that bait, I get some flicker on this tail. You want to do it just very easily. We're not trying to give the fish a heart attack and scare them. So just a little bit of hopping will result in a good amount of flickering from this tail. It's a great way to draw more attention to your bait, and it also gives it a lifelike appearance. And one of the biggest things about it is if you're fishing slop or heavy vegetation or lakes in the deep south, especially lakes in the deep south that don't have hard bottom, that are covered from back to front all the way around with vegetation, this sits on top of that vegetation. And we all know that bass aren't vegetarians. They don't want a mouthful of salad. They want to grab the bait and go. This will help them do that. Try it out. I think you'll really like the results on this. So there you have it. When you combine those 3 tips, you can really take your Texas rig game to a whole new level and stand out from every other boat on the lake. You'll find that you're getting not just more bites, but the quality of bites will go way up. I suggest trying it out. I think that you really like those. They're easy to do, and it can always be fun to customize your baits. Now, before we go, I want to say thank you to everyone who has made this channel explode the way it has. I can't thank you enough, but I'm going to try. And the way I'm going to do that is in the first week of May, we'll be doing a giveaway. I will be giving away packs of baits and a $25 gift card from Academy Sports. Even if you don't have an Academy in your area, this gift card can be used online. So it'll work great. Now, to make sure you're entered in this giveaway, subscribe, like these videos, and comment. I will be picking a random subscriber in the first week of May. And again, thank you all so much for the growth this channel has had. I cannot say how much I appreciate it. Thanks for watching Lowbrow Fishing. We'll catch you in the next one.